What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another interview at the Future Blockchain Summit Dubai 2025. I'm Adele, the host. Today we have Antonio from Thomson Reuters Foundation. Antonio, how are you doing today?
Good. You must be really knackered. You've been doing this all day.
I have been doing this, but I love it that I'm so used to it. Tell me, what brings you here today? What are you exactly promoting? And what are you so excited about this event?
Well, we're here because this is a massive event, right? I mean, the scale of this event for people who are not here, I think is something really difficult to explain. You really need to be here to experience it. And so there's a lot of startups and there's a lot of investors, and we want to connect with the startup ecosystem because we are developing a solution that's going to be really useful for startups as they adopt AI and as they embed AI into their services, operations, and in the wider ecosystem, really.
Interesting. Great. So looking into AI, what is it that really inspired you to be part of the foundation? And what are you working on right now? What keeps you busy?
Responsible business is one of the propositions that the areas of work of the Thomson Reuters Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of Thomson Reuters. So Thomson Reuters has a strong engagement with the corporate sector, and we at the foundation run an entire proposition called Responsible Business, which liaises with most of those clients as well to make sure that business does no harm. And as part of one of those propositions, we have a new initiative called AICDI, that stands for AI Company Disclosure Initiative, which is essentially the world's largest data set that maps corporate AI adoption. The reason why we care so much about this is because we feel that right now a lot of the conversation is really revolving around the production of AI tools. You hear a lot about ChatGPT and the data sets, etc., which is a very valid conversation to have. But we feel that at the moment right now, as this place really demonstrates, there are 100 million times and ways in which you can implement AI into a company ecosystem, right? Especially if you are a startup and not an AI startup, but it wants to use AI to leapfrog and to get to more investors. So using AI as an accelerator. So this applies to startups, but also to established companies that have been around for 100 years. How do you actually use AI within your products, operation, and services? Why do we think it's important? It's because there is going to be so many unintended consequences that companies are not even aware of. So the AICDI program, which by the way has been developed in partnership with the UN, with UNESCO, is essentially a roadmap for companies. And it's particularly relevant for companies that don't have a very strong governance infrastructure. So startups don't have 65 lawyers. They don't have 100 people in their CTO department, right? Very nimble, agile startups. This really allows them to understand what they're doing and how they are implementing AI in their ecosystem. Why they should care? Because of risk. It's a massive risk mitigation tool that allows companies to understand the unintended risks that they might be embedding into their ecosystem, and so that investors are aware of how they are essentially investing their money responsibly.
And in terms of the operational risks, what sort of operational risks do you see happening right now? And also, what sort of solutions can you also foresee that can mitigate this against AI?
Yeah, so the questionnaire of the AICDI initiative, so the AICDI is two things, right? One is this big data set that maps company adoption. And next February, we're going to be publishing the first report. And we are estimating to publish about data from about 3,000 companies around the world. And then AICDI is also a voluntary disclosure initiative. So we have companies from all around the world that are voluntarily taking this questionnaire and disclosing how they are using AI. And some of the companies that are on board are massive. We go Carrefour, we go Alibaba. So companies of a really, really large significance in terms of market cap, but also operations. The questionnaire asks to your question around operating risks a number of questions, right? So for example, who is actually in charge of AI in your company? Do you have an AI strategy? Yes or no? Who's in charge? Is that responsibility lying only with one person, or is actually a multifaceted approach that you are pursuing? We ask questions around data sets. Are you implementing AI technology that is proprietary, or are you actually implementing white label solutions? What is the risk around data governance, data provenance? We're asking questions around the impact on workforce. Are you able to estimate what is the impact going to be on your workforce? Are you upskilling or reskilling your workforce? If there are any episodes of data leaks or data breaches of data bias, do you have remediation policies? And the reality is that when you ask questions to most companies, they have no clue. And they have no clue because this technology is very new. And according to PwC, just this year alone, $75 trillion will shift in terms of capital allocation between companies. That means that every company is rushing off to adopt this technology because they want to stay relevant. They don't want to lose market cap, and they don't want to lose clients to more agile startups. And so as a result, all these companies are adopting AI tools, but they're doing it really thinking about being fast and being first, not necessarily reflecting on the risk that they are embedding. Forget about the risk for society, which is an imperative. Even the operating risk is significant. And guess what? The insurance company and the insurance sector is already really understanding that there is something they need to look into. The pension funds, the big investors are really understanding that there's something that's worth looking into.
Okay. Wow, there's a lot there to unpack. Maybe too much to unpack in one interview, but I look forward to having you on the podcast one day. But thank you for your time, and all the best.
Pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. That's a wrap. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you found this insightful. We'll leave all the links in the description so you can check out Antonio's profile. Thank you again. I'm Adele, the host, and I will see you next time. Cheers.